You know when you're talking to someone and they feel like they know you and you kind of feel like you know them. That is where this beautiful thing where marketing and sales come together in like the most perfect marriage imaginable. Stay tuned for this week's blog where I start talking to you a little bit more about exactly this. Most people don't think about marketing as a sales tool, but here's the thing. When you're out there marketing, whether you're filming blogs like this, whether you're out there on Facebook, whether you're building out sales pages, funnels, ads, blogs, Instagram posts, motivational quotes, anything like that, going down to your local grocery store, all of that is utilizing marketing as a sales tool. Now, one of the really big things that so many people get concerned about is that word sales. Now, what I would encourage you to be thinking about is that sales is a good thing. It's where you're adding value to people, they give you money in exchange for the learning, and then you can help them do what they're doing, and everybody wins. But here's the thing that most people don't think about. They don't think of marketing as sales, and I really want you to start thinking in that way, because really what you're doing, you're not asking them for money at that point, but you're selling them on you. You're selling them on your values, your experience, your knowledge, the value that you can really provide to other people. And that is one of the most valuable things that you can ever do. What you're doing with your marketing is you're actually giving people the opportunity to get results in advance before they even spend any money with you. So some things to be thinking about are, what is it that you're doing in terms of blogging? You might be doing video blogging, you might be doing written blogs, it doesn't really matter. But you've got to be blogging, because that is the first part of any sales process where people are going to go and take a look at you. They're going to go and look at your website. They're going to go and do some research. So you need to be selling them on you, your experience, your passion, and everything that you stand for from that point in time, right? The other thing that you want to be thinking about are the emails that you're sending out to people. Are you adding value in your emails, or are you always just asking them to give you money? Are you helping them? Are you giving tips, advice, building rapport with them? Are you assuming rapport with them? Do you feel like you're working so freaking hard to get any kind of response? Now, if that's the way that you're feeling, then you haven't really sold your idea or your question or the need for a response well enough, right? So you want to be thinking about that. When you're thinking about what's going on, the third thing on your Facebook page, right? What is it that you are, how are you selling yourself on your page? Now, this is where you've really got to be thinking about what you as a business owner stand for. What do you stand against? What are you passionate about? What are your values? What is it that you utilize to inspire and motivate people? Because what you're doing with every single post that you put out there on social media, you are selling you. You are selling your concept, your brand, your idea, your version of you, the authentic version of you, so that people can then make a decision whether or not they like the look of you, whether they like what you have to say, whether they like how you speak. Okay, so you've got to be really thinking about every single thing that you're putting out there on social media. The other thing that you really want to be thinking about is, how are you selling your ideals to the people when you're walking out to the grocery store, for example? You know, have you been selling this idea of lifestyle? Have you been selling this idea of use this to create freedom and happiness? If that's what you've been doing, and you go down the store and you are not selling yourself in as being the best version of you when you go down there, if you're kind of like looking a little bit kind of like bedraggled, or you're in your slippers, or your dressing gown, or like if you just don't even really care about how you're being perceived by people, but you're selling online someone who's polished and finished and everything else, then those two don't match, and that's going to create cognitive dissonance, which means that people aren't going to trust you. So if you need to have a local presence as well as an online presence, you've really got to be thinking about how you are selling you in every single aspect that people come along and connect with you. It could be at a networking event. It could be at a dinner. It could be the photos that you post up with your children. You are always selling, which means that you are always closing. You're always, what we're doing, every time someone goes, oh yeah, that's right, that's what makes sense. Oh yeah, that's right, that makes sense. We are closing them on you and your values and your ideals and your experience and what it is that you're doing every single step of the way, right? So you're always closing. We're doing like little micro closes the whole way along. All right. So really be thinking about absolutely everything that you're doing. Make sure that you are branding yourself in a way that matches how you want to be perceived. Like, I know for me, I want people to look at me and say, wow, you know, she's really approachable. She really knows her stuff. She's really kick-ass, but she's also really lovely. You know, stylish and finished, yet real and down to earth. That's really how I want people to talk about me, you know, in a no bullshit kind of manner. And so everything that I put out there needs to be reflective of how I want people to be sold on me. Okay, so there's some really big things for you to think about over the course of this next little while between now and the next blog that I put out there. My name is Nicola. Any questions that you have, please feel free to leave them below. You, of course, can click that button below and register for a free session with me where we can be talking about how you can best sell yourself in the best way possible to create these micro closes. So that by the time it does actually get to making an offer to someone, that they're really as ready as they could possibly be to take you up on what it is that you're doing. My name's Nicola, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.